Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanishing Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanas. This is episode 388, season 16. Today's date is December 1st, 2024, and welcome to the show. On today's program, I'm going to talk about a TV show. I've talked about this before. It's The Funny Company. I don't know. Every time I think about it, I start laughing. It was an anime TV series that aired during Garfield Goose. I'll talk about my memories of that, its history, the characters. People are looking forward to that. Also, I'll talk about my memories of a product called Crazy Foam. It was soap in a can, and like I said, I'll talk about my memories of that and a brief history of that product. So this should be a lot of fun. And this is a memories from the 1970s. So get that clear. Okay. Right now, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Stridex Medicated Pads. I used to use this a lot when I was a teenager. So, this commercial is from 1976, so sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the show, folks. Thank you.
Did you know there's an acne medicine that keeps on working for 8 hours? Stridex Medicated Pads. Stridex is made to work a special way. First, the textured pad helps clean out oil and dirt to unblock your pores. See? Then the Stridex medicine works to kill germs and fight pimples, too. And Stridex keeps on fighting pimples for 8 hours, invisibly, so nobody will ever know. Try Stridex. It's the 8-hour pimple fighter.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Stridex Medicated Pads. This is from 1976. Every teenager used this, including myself, in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, yeah. I also used Clearasil. I didn't have bad acne. I had acne, but not severe, like some kids. I knew a lot of kids that when I went to Bogan High School on the southwest side, they really had bad acne. It cleared up. And I had it too. And, my mom didn't understand what that was about. No, I'm sorry. Correct me. I'm wrong. She did. Yeah, she understood. So a lot of people said it was caused by chocolate or French fries or stress. Could be that. I had some pimples. I had one big one on my nose and one underneath my lower mouth. And one time I popped it and went all over the mirror. Disgusting. It was green, bloody, and ugh. So I had that on my nose, like a mole, for many, many years. And one day I asked my father, do you know a doctor? Because he went to a dermatologist one time. He goes, yeah, I know one in downtown Honolulu. And he was an old-fashioned dermatologist. And I made an appointment. I came down there, and he yanked it out. And it's barely visible now, so that's good. But eventually my acne cleared up. I think it cleared up about like mid-20s, late 20s. A pimple pops up now and then, but that's bizarre. Anyway, Stridex has been around for many years. Sometimes it came in a jar, and you open it and you put like a pad and you put it around your face. It opens up the pores, and there's a lot of dirt and oil. Yeah, I tried it a few times. It worked temporarily. And I didn't have blackheads much, so I used Clearasil. I used all that stuff, So it's still on the market. They both are, but if you have severe acne, you go see a doctor. Maybe there's stronger medicine. So what a way to go through teenage life. Puberty, acne. High school, yeah. But they're fun times. I miss them. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about, I forgot what I was going to talk about. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. What I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, the TV animated series, The Funny Company, that aired in Chicago. It aired during the show Garfield Goose and Friends. Talk about that, and also Crazy Foam in the 1970s. I will talk about my memories of that. Before I get started, I want to mention maybe one or two things. First, if you noticed, I posted a photo of me showing my muscle, which I don't rarely do. I mean, I don't like that. But I just want to point out that exercise is hard. I've been walking, but I haven't been walking much because it's getting cold. So hopefully, maybe someday I'll go to the mall and walk, like that. But I'm too lazy. I've been doing it in my backyard. Plus, I have still issues going to the bathroom, and I have a little constipation like that, and going, urinating. I got to talk to my doctor about that. My urologist, I got to discuss that with him, because that could be the reason I either have inflammation or irritation. That's UTI, urinary tract infection. It could be that. So maybe he can prescribe me medication or antibiotics. We'll see. I don't know. I got to wait for my oncologist to call me. Anyway, so last week or the week before, I went took my mom to the doctor. I've talked about this before. He suggested you buy some weights because she has arthritis in her right arm. She hasn't used them yet, so because you just do a little exercise. So I thought to myself, why don't I do it? The doctor showed me on his cell phone, and he showed me the Amazon had them, and I bought them. Okay, so I've been using it every day except Thanksgiving. I didn't use them, and I just do a little exercise, about 10 or 15 minutes a day. And that's it. My brother, who came from California, is living here, and he said, no, just don't do too much, just a little bit. The heaviest exercise of those, if you hold both of them, which is true. If you held one of them on each hand, or either hand, it's nothing. So by doing that, and I do see something. I have a muscle. I haven't had a muscle since I was a teenager, so I've been flabby all my life. I see an improvement, so that's fine. I don't want to overdo it. Some people suggest I go to the gym. Some people suggest that I do jogging. No, I can't jog. Or take a bike ride. I haven't ridden a bike since I was a teenager. My legs are not what they used to be. My knees. So somebody suggested Peloton. If you heard of that, too expensive. Where would I put it? The only place I can think of is the backyard. There's plenty of room there. But it's too cold. Can't do it in the basement. No room. So I know you could rent one, I believe, but no. No. Okay. So I'm doing the best I can. I've been watching my weight, but my weight is stuck in neutral. I think, I don't know what's going on. But my oncologist told me it's a good thing you're not losing weight a lot because there might be something wrong with you. So that's a good sign. Okay. So I'll continue doing the weights. I'll continue to do that. One last thing I want to mention. I had a great Thanksgiving. I hope everyone has. We finished the leftovers last night. Thank God. It's gone. Turkey, gone. 2 kinds of potatoes, gone. Cranberry sauce. Oh, I overdid it a bit. So, all the stuff is a pumpkin pie. I'll have that today. That's it. So, and Christmas is coming. Yay! We're going to do that. Also, I'll do Christmas episodes on my podcast, probably starting Tuesday. That'll be a lot of fun. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk about The Funny Company. Yeah. Oh, when you mention The Funny Company, I can't get that theme song out of my head. It goes, dun, 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 dun. Here they have a show. Blah, 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 blah. I forgot how it went. Okay. If I find it, I'll let you know. So here's a history of this show. It was a anime cartoon series produced in 1963, about 60 years ago, and the men behind that, their names were Ken Snyder and Charles Corrin, and they produce 266-minute long episodes. That's a lot. So, wow, they would do that. They were later create Roger Ramjet. I remember that. Gary Owens from Laugh-In did the voice. And the Mattel Corporation provided financial backing. So that was Mattel, makers of Barbie and Hot Wheels. Because they did some toys. I remember there was a Jack in a Box with Indian Chief, so Violet, the shrinking Violet, they did that. Okay. So this was not a dumb cartoon. This is a educational cartoon. And it was like you learned something. So that was good. I think when Fraser Thomas hosted Garfield Goose and Friends, he chose that because he wanted to educate kids, not make them look stupid. So that's great. So the Funny Company consists of a group of kids, couple adults. It was like a club, and they have a noseless smiley face as the club logo. I posted that yesterday. And so the kids for the Funny Company, they were hired to do different jobs, make a little money, yard work, cleaning the house, babysitting, doing anything, something for charity. And one time they want to make Shrinking Violet a movie star, and they were on their way to Hollywood. Okay. Members of the club were Buzzard Bell. He always wore his Funny Company hat. Also, there was an inventor, Jasper N. Parks for National Parks. Also, club secretary, Polly Plum. She was kind of... she was the club secretary. I think she's the one with pigtails. And there was Mary Twitter. She was kind of overweight, but she giggled. Also, there was a club mascot. He's not a person. He was a pterodactyl, so his name was Pterodactyl. Okay. Then we had Shrinking Violet. She was a very cute girl, and she would shrink when she became embarrassed. The adults were, let's see, they were Super Chief, and he would make he wouldn't speak. He would sound like a horn from like a passenger train, like a locomotive, go, do like that. And he had a companion or translator. His name was Broken Feather. So everyone didn't understand what he said. So he did that. He understood him. I didn't understand him. And another adult was Professor Todd Goodhart, and he had a supercomputer called the Weisenheimer. So he would ask the computer questions or advice, mostly questions, and he would do that. Okay, now, there were a couple of bad guys on the show. Mostly, this one was Belly Laguna. He was my favorite, and he was modeled after Bela Lugosi in his Dracula role. Kind of talked like him. He would always try to cause trouble and screw up everyone's plans, for himself, but he always failed at the end. You know what? He was so persistent, he didn't get it. All right. And there was another adversary. He wasn't featured much, and he was like a mad scientist type. His name was Professor Ludwig von Opp, and he had an assistant, Hans von Henschman. Okay. I don't remember much about that guy. Just Belly Laguna. He made me laugh. I love that guy. Anyway, okay. So the segment included like 2-minute No, I'm sorry. The segment included a 2-minute live-action short education film. So, when I was a kid, I didn't like that, but then when I look back, it was nice. And they would talk about the topic of the episode, and they showed you that. And some kids demonstrated or they explained what was going on. And then it was first in black and white, and then they switched over after one season to color. And then, in the beginning of the show, the kids are singing, and then at the end, you have the Super Chief, going, at the beginning. And then when the show was over, they had the credits, and then the kids are marching out, and then Super Chief did his voice. And at the closing credits, they ended with a message, keep smiling. Okay, that was good. All right. So that was syndicated and all over the country. And let's see. And then for some reason, it started on Garfield, Goose, and Friends I don't know if in the 60s, maybe. Because I started watching in the 70s when I was a kid. And and then it was repeated on WPWR-TV in the 1980s, channel 50, maybe 60, I think 60. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so that was the Funny Company, and I have a DVD of the full. There's no official DVD release on this show. I wish there was, but I bought a bootleg one at the comic book convention in Rosemont many, many years ago. So I did that, and I started watching it. It was a lot of fun. I wish WGN would rebroadcast it. They had Bozo Circus, Garfield Goose, Ray Rayner, and then they also at Christmas time they do Hard Rock Coco and Joe, the Susie Snowflake, and of course Frosty Snowman. Why don't they put the Funny Company on? Believe me, a lot of people would love it. They would love seeing that. I would too. I was a huge fan, still am. So. It'd be a riot. It really would be. But, I could email it and say, hey, why don't you put it on? Probably think I'm nuts. Wow. That's it. That's all I could do. Maybe someday they will. Maybe someday. Kids today, I don't think they would watch it. Maybe, if they're coaxed or persuaded by their parents for nostalgic sake, but it's an educational show. It's a lot of fun. And there's no, they don't talk dumb in this show. It's educational and it's also entertaining. That's what made it so special. Yeah, that's good. Okay, right now I'm going to play the introduction and the ending of The Funny Company. For old time's sake, I'll do that. When I come back, I will talk about Crazy Foam. That's soap in a can. Okay? So sit back and relax. Let's go back to the 60s and listen to The Funny Company. And then I'll be right back, folks. Thank you.
We have a company that you can join for free, and kids in every neighborhood belong. It's the Funny Company, 'cause it's just for fun, you see. So come a-running when you hear our song. Come to order, says our president. And when the Funny Company meets, here's just what we present. Things to see,
and things to do.
stories, fun, boys, all sorts of things of interest, and fun for girls and boys. And now it's time to go. We hope you liked our show, and we'll be back as quick as 1, 2, 3. And when we meet again, we hope you'll be here then, 'cause now you're in the Funny Company.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the introduction and the closing of the Funny Company. That was fun. Oh, boy. I think Super Chief is my favorite character. I love him. He was just. I remember there's one last memory of that show. I remember when I went to school at Correas, the Greek school I went to, and some of the kids imitated him. I had one friend who did that. I died laughing. I was on the school bus. Oh, it was bad. I hate that. Every time I think of something, I laugh. I can't stop laughing. That's how I am. It was great. I might see him soon for lunch, so I'll bring it up and ask him if he remembered. Hope we don't do it at a restaurant, scare people. Okay. Anyway, right now I'm going to talk about Crazy Foam. Crazy Foam, this is one of those products from when you were a kid you never forgotten, and it was a safe, not a toy, but it was very useful. It was for bathing, and let's see. So I got a history of this. So here we go. It was originally made by the American Aerosol Company in 1965. I think it was earlier than that, and it was called the Fun Foam Soap. And kids loved that. They really did, and parents did. Well, if you swallow it, that's a no-no. And I think so. It started from the late '60s all the way through the '80s, and then it just disappeared. In the '90s. And I used to see those when in stores, maybe like Kresge's. Maybe Jewel, Osco, yeah, drugstores, you would see that. They would sell them. And, but it was brought back to life about a man called Joshua Fink. He was a entrepreneur from Boston. He acquired the brand in 2013. And then 2 years later, he returned the product to retail shelves. But it was now a 3-in-1 body wash, shampoo, and conditioner. Oh, okay. I don't know if it's still around. I have no idea. I don't know. But, I'll tell you my memories of this product. But first, let me tell you about the cans. I'm sorry about that. They came in kind of people, animals and weird stuff. But, like, for example, there was like a super chief, there was a birds, there was a pig, a clown, a monkey, a guy with glasses, a Santa Claus, there was a dog, there was a skeleton, a frog, a sailor, you name it. A guy with what's that called? When you go deep sea diving, the goggles, like that. And and there were others made. For example, there was, I think they had a cows, and let's see. Then all of a sudden they made superheroes, and also Popeye, the Sailor Man. They made superheroes, like for example, Batman and Robin, Wonder Woman, Superman, the Incredible Hulk. I don't know who else. So the ones I remember is the ones that they're not superheroes like that. Oh, there was also the Joker. They did that, and let's see what else they did. So also the rock group Kiss. They had their own, with the masks. I mean, with the makeup, they did that. They look kind of creepy, with the superheroes. They did that. And there was one for Animal from the Muppets. They did. Spider-Man was there too, as well, like that. So this is and Pink Panther. So this is what you do. When I was a kid, And when I lived in the Roseland neighborhood, we didn't have a shower. We had a bathtub. And one day, I went shopping with my mom, and I saw the commercials for Crazy Foam. And I asked her, "Can I buy this can?" She asked me, "What is it?" And she's talking Greek to me. She said, "Well, it's soap. You play fun." She thought it was odd looking and weird. She said no at first, but then she relented. And so we brought it home, and then we showed it to my brothers, and they went nuts. Said, "Yeah, we couldn't wait to take a bath, playing with this." So, I don't remember which one it was. I think one was like a clown or something like that. So when we get ready to take a bath, I remember doing that, and I took the can, and then I just, took a bath, put it on the wall, make all kinds of shapes, pictures, and then put it on my head and all that. That was so much fun, because when you're a young kid, you don't like taking baths. Not really. I didn't care for it, but this made a lot of fun. Of course, you had Mr. Bubble, which was a lot of fun. Yeah, I remember that. Taking a bubble bath is like now, these days when you're an adult, it's like it's very therapeutic to sit in the bathtub, relax, and just don't think and then melt your cares away like that. So that's interesting. But Crazy Fun was a great memory of my childhood like that. And when I went to school one day, I saw a kid bringing that, but he didn't use it to take a bath. He used it to spray it on the girls. He would just take a can, put it in his palm, like the left or right palm, press it, and then just like smoosh it on somebody's face or a girl's face because they were mean. I saw that one time. I really did that, and thank God the teacher caught him. Yeah, he got punished for that. Well, he shouldn't have brought that at home, without his mother's knowledge. I think she was working, so they called her. So the school called the house. She was home at the time and explained what happened. And he got punished from the school and at home for bringing that into school. That's not nice. No, 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 no. It's not nice at all. But that, like I said, it was fun. It was a fun time doing that with the Crazy Phone. So yeah, and you can find a couple commercials on YouTube if you'd like to watch. Please do, right there. And then so I guess that's it for Crazy Phone. Hmm. Okay. All right, so that's it for this show. I'll do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about the TV animated series, or well, it's live action. There's some live action. Yeah, every episode had live action in it. It's a funny company. It aired in the 1960s and the 70s on WGN TV, Channel 9 in Chicago during Garfield, Goose, and Friends. I don't know if it aired Ray Rayner. I don't remember that. Or Bowls of Circus. Nah, I think Garfield Goose. Also, I talked about the product Crazy Foam in my memories of using that in the 1970s. Okay. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are found. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Breaker, Overcast. If you have a phone, tablet, or desktop, laptop, just tap on the apps, tap following. You'll get the latest episode. Listen to previous episodes if you'd like. Also be published on my blog, www.chicagoland.blog. Also, it'll be on my YouTube channel again and again and again. People ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? The easiest way to find it and listen is on YouTube. Do a search, Van Chicagoland Stories, or my name, Pico Science, or Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. You will find it. Tap subscribe. You can click it with your mouse. Doesn't cost anything. You can listen to previous episodes if you like. People have mentioned to me they listen in their car, they listen at home, they listen on TV, anywhere, even on their phone with their AirPods. That's nice. Also, be shared on my social media accounts: Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. So just copy the link; it'll take you right there. You can listen. Spotify has Spotify. They have a website too, so you can check it out. See that they're everywhere in the internet. Okay. All right. Before I sign off, I want to mention one thing. In case you're wondering why I have two Facebook pages, I explained that. I don't know. It's I got restricted for some reason. I can comment on the first one, that is. So I can't post and I can't change photos and I can't switch over to my personal profile. So I'm locked. This happened around November 16th. So my guess is that it'll come back in about a month. So I got about 15 days, about a couple of weeks. I wish it was sooner. I check every day. I just can't. It's there. People can't comment, but I can't do anything. I tried calling Facebook. I do call because I'm verified. I have the option to do that. They can't do anything. He said, nah, you got to wait till it's over because a bot did this. Nice. I hate those things. So I created a second one for the time being. And once the first one returns, I'll decide what to do the second one. I don't know if I can merge them or delete it. But I hope I get the first one back because I've grown a following of many members and followers, so and likes. So I want to keep it. I want to keep it. Yeah. If worst comes to worst, then I'll delete it and start over. I hate that. I worked for it for 12 years. Down the drain. It's not fair. Okay. So I'll keep you updated on that on Facebook. Okay, so this is Pete Costanzo, your host for Vanishing Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Today is a cold day. It's sunny. Just relax, and I will do a podcast episode on Tuesday, and I'll probably do a Christmas one. I'll start doing Christmas ones. That'd be fine. I've covered most of them, but we'll see. Maybe I'll repeat some subjects, maybe some new ones. I'll think about it. Okay. So here's Bye Bye for me, and here is Ray Rayner with a little traveling music saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.